Hi guys. So today in PEDS neurology we are going to talk about seizures, epilepsy as well as epilepsy syndromes. What do you guys understand by epilepsy syndromes? See, in epilepsy syndromes there can be refractory seizures occurring at a certain age and it might be associated with developmental delay and sometimes with mental retardation as well. So let's discuss seizure disorder and epilepsy in children in detail. Here you can appreciate two main types of seizure. Here you can appreciate focal seizure and here you can appreciate generalized seizure. Again you can appreciate the same thing. Here you can appreciate the focal seizure in which only one hemisphere of brain is involved and the other side of body is involved. Whereas in generalized seizure you can appreciate the hyperexcitation related to the both hemispheres of brain. So let's first define what is seizure activity. Seizure is due to hyperexcitation of group of neurons resulting into motor activity, sensory activity as well as abnormal autonomic activity. Try to appreciate. In seizure you have transient involuntary alteration in behavior, movement or consciousness due to abnormal hypersynchronous neuronal discharge. Try to appreciate. Seizure is due to increased neuronal activity, that is hyperexcitation of group of excitatory neurons. So in this particular case there will be hyperexcitation of neurons. Now try to focus over here. Hyperexcitation of neurons can result into multiple types of manifestations depending on the type of neurons. There can be hyperexcitation of motor group of neurons. So what is going to happen? It will result into motor activity in form of tonic movements, clonic movements, tonic-clonic movements, atonic things, and these are known as your convulsions. So what are your convulsions? Convulsions are form of motor seizures, right? It can result into increased or decreased autonomic activity because in some cases autonomic neurons can also be involved, and this might present with increased sweating, this might present with deviation of eyeball. This might present with spontaneous defecation, spontaneous urination, excessive sweating, and multiple other clinical features. Okay, so this is what we understand by the word seizure, that is hyperexcitation of group of neurons. Here you can appreciate another terminology, that is your epilepsy. What is epilepsy? Epilepsy is simply recurrent seizures, and how it is defined: two or more unprovoked seizures 24 hours apart. Okay, or it can be part of epilepsy syndrome as well. We will discuss epilepsy syndrome in detail. So recurrent seizures are known as your epilepsy. Try to appreciate. Seizure is just an event, it is just like a symptom, whereas epilepsy is your disease in which there can be spontaneous seizure activity repeatedly. Okay, so let's proceed forward. So let's talk about the classification of seizure. Here you can appreciate broadly two types of seizure. One is your focal seizure and the other one is your generalized seizure. In focal seizure, there is hyperexcitation of group of neurons in only one cerebral hemisphere. Therefore, it might result into abnormal motor activity towards the other half of body. Whereas in case of generalized seizure, there can be abnormal hyperexcitation in both cerebral hemispheres, and therefore it might result into abnormal motor activity in a generalized way, that is involving both half of body. Okay, so here you can appreciate focal seizure further classified into aware and impaired awareness. Try to appreciate. Sometimes in focal seizures there can be awareness intact, so here you can appreciate focal seizure with intact awareness, and here you can appreciate focal seizure with impaired awareness. Earlier, these focal seizures were known as partial seizures. Here you can appreciate generalized seizure, and here you can appreciate motor and non-motor. We did discuss that your motor seizure is known as convulsions. So sometimes generalized seizure might present with motor activity, I mean with abnormal motor activity, and without abnormal motor activity, and therefore they are classified as motor and non-motor, and it can be said as convulsive or non-convulsive. Here you can appreciate the most important type of seizure activity in your children age group, and this is your generalized tonic-clonic seizure. Generalized means that both half of body will be involved, and here you can appreciate both sides getting involved. And here you can appreciate two phases. Here you can appreciate increase in tone, and here you can appreciate the clonus, that is the movement part. So in this particular case, you can appreciate both sides of body getting involved, plus there is increase in tone, plus there is movement as well. So this is your generalized tonic-clonic seizure, most common seizure in your pediatrics, okay, in adults as well. Now try to appreciate what is the most common cause of this GTCS. Most common cause of this GTCS in case of pediatric age group happens to be your febrile seizure, also known as febrile convulsions. Now, what about neonatal life? GTCS is usually not seen in neonates. In case of neonates, most common type of seizure happens to be your subtle seizure. So subtle seizures are commonest in your neonatal life. And what is the most common cause? Most common cause of seizure in neonates is your hypoxic ischemic encephalopathy, and that has to be HI grade 2. Right, so by now we understand about seizure, classification of seizure, as well as epilepsy syndromes. Here you can appreciate various epilepsy syndrome. We are going to discuss each and every epilepsy syndrome in detail. Here you can appreciate West syndrome, presenting with infantile spasms, also known as salam spells. Here you can appreciate Lennox-Gastaut syndrome. Then you have Dravet syndrome, and then you have benign epilepsy with centrotemporal spikes, and here you can appreciate epilepsy in adolescence, that is your juvenile myoclonic epilepsy. So we are going to discuss epilepsy and seizure in lot detail. Let's proceed forward. Here you can appreciate one more slide representing types of generalized seizure. So generalized seizures can be motor, can be non-motor. Here on this side you can appreciate generalized seizures without any motor involvement. They might be associated with abnormal behavior along with loss of consciousness. Okay, we will discuss. And the main form is your motor, in which there will be physical movement, and you call them convulsive type of generalized seizure. Here you can appreciate majority of motor seizures, and the most common type of motor seizure happens to be your generalized tonic-clonic seizure. And what is the most common cause? It happens to be your febrile seizure. And then you can have other varieties like clonic, like tonic, only tone getting increased, and there can be myoclonic as well. What is myoclonic? See, in case of clonic seizures, there is rhythmic contraction and relaxation, but in myoclonic seizures, there is random jerk, something like this. This is myoclonic seizure, and there will be no rhythmic activity. This is myoclonic seizure. Whereas this particular thing is your clonic seizure. I hope you guys have understood. This myoclonic seizure is mostly part of many epileptic syndromes, and this carries poorest prognosis. Most difficult type of seizures to treat. Okay, we'll talk about various anti-epileptic drugs as well as a drug of choice in particular types of seizure activity. Here you can appreciate non-motor types of generalized seizures, and the main type over here is your absence seizure. This absence seizure is also known as petit mal. Small seizures, petit means small. These are very short lasting seizures. Whereas this GTCS is also known as grand mal epilepsy. Okay,